Hello, good afternoon. Following the court decision to throw out the cases from Atiku and Peter Obi regarding the certificate saga and presidential elections, and obviously reaffirms the presidency of President Tinubu, he makes a statement with his team around him. Um, the only thing I can say is that again, I'm urging every citizen to become actively, to participate actively in their own governance. And I want to quote to you before we read anything, before I go too further ahead. I'm going to do this in Yoruba first, then I'll do this in English because I want us to become used to, become familiar with this kind of thing that we're going to be doing. We have to be familiar with it. So, what is it I'm talking about? You need to know the constitution. As far as I'm concerned, any president from whatever part of the country must speak in the language with English to translate what they're saying. That's what they do in France. That's what they do in other countries around the world. We need to put English. We are not English people in Nigeria. We are Yorubas, Igbos, Hausas, and that language must come. Those languages must come first. So, to that end, our president being Yoruba, I'm going to read to you the Constitution of Nigeria in the 14.2a and 14.2c in Yoruba, Maka in Yoruba, so that our people know. And then we'll then come and translate it to English. So it says here, 14.2a nípa báyìí ó ti kéde pé ìjọba jẹ́ ti àwọn ènìyàn Nàìjíríà láti ọ̀dọ̀ ẹni tíjọba nípasẹ̀ òfin orílẹ̀-èdè ń gba gbogbo agbára àti àṣẹ rẹ̀. 14.2a 14.2c abala kẹrìnlá ẹsẹ̀ kejì sí ìkópa àwọn ènìyàn nínú ìjọba wọn gbọ́dọ̀ rí dájú ní ìbámu pẹ̀lú àwọn òfin orílẹ̀-èdè yìí. Now, what I've done there is to put Yoruba people, Yoruba, our own languages, put it first. So if it was going to be an Igbo man, he should speak Igbo first, then translate it to English. That's what I really think we need to do. And it's in preparation, believe you me, for self determination. It's in preparation for that, in my own estimation. But so that's the Yoruba. Now we're going to read it in English because English is not our mother tongue. We should always put our language first. That's my motto. That's what I firmly believe, and that's why I'm carrying out this particular exercise in the manner in which you see it on the screen. So we're going to now read what I read to you in Yoruba in English. It is hereby accordingly declared that sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria, from whom the government, through this constitution, derives all its powers and authority. And then at section 14.2c, the participation by the people in the government shall be ensured in accordance with the provisions of this constitution. That is the thing that I really wanted to hold on to. We need to participate in our governance collectively. Collectively, we must participate in our governance. And it's of immense importance that we do so. Because the verdict here, for me, Tinubu won. So next, for me, it's next because it doesn't. Had it been Atiku one, again it's next. Had it been Peter Obi one, it's next because the problem that's on ground is our people are suffering. There's hunger in the land, and all of them have to deal with this the hunger and the lack of infrastructure that is forced us to rely on importing of processed oil processed refined oil that is costing us a lot of money to import every 3 months, something like 3 trillion naira, something like that for just 3 months. I mean, it's absurd. We need to change that thinking. And the best way is to manufacture at home, build our own stuff, buy cars. And also cars is there, other car companies. We can actually invest in our people. We don't need foreign investment. We don't. And this idea of the money, we have to de-dollarize as well. But that's another story for another time. But what I wanted to do was just touch on that. Now let us hear the the president. Obviously, the whole thing is finished now. Now he can focus on governance as he sees it, and that's fine. But I'm asking you, as citizens, you need to participate in your governance. Without your participation, the government will promise you the heavens and they will deliver nothing. When they promise, you have to hold them to account using the powers of sovereignty that you possess, that I showed some moments ago. Let's listen to what President Tinubu said here.
This moment, we've concentrated on pulling Nigeria from the bootstrap of depression. And we understand the sovereignty of the country. You don't need additional distraction to be able to concentrate on building a new economy for the people, an inclusive one for that matter. And the judgment of the Supreme Court put a stop to shenanigans, put a stop to innuendos, put a stop to lies or trial in the media and public place. The court has demonstrated indivisible commitment to rule of law and humanity, and their commitment to do justice for all Nigerians, regardless of ethnic, religious, or any other biases.
So that's the speech from the president. So I've said it before that I do not believe for any reason that President Tinubu would be removed from office, because there is a precedent of a president not having the right qualifications being in place, and that was set by Buhari. And there is debate and argument can be argued either way on this case. Um, that precedent has been set, unfortunately, and on the basis of that, I don't see why it would be okay that Buhari, despite not having a lot of issues about his lack of certificate, that should the case arise here, that would not be seen as a precedent. I'm sorry, that is what is on ground. But to change that is what we are talking about. It requires our collective active participation in our governance, which is what I'm showing you on the screen. In Yoruba, ìjọba jẹ́ ti àwọn ènìyàn Nàìjíríà láti ọ̀dọ̀ ẹni tíjọba nípasẹ̀ òfin orílẹ̀-èdè ìgbà gbogbo agbára àti àṣẹ rẹ̀. Ó ṣe pàtàkì ká mọ̀ yẹn, ká gbégbèsè yẹn. We are sovereigns, gbogbo wa ni a ní àṣẹ àti agbára. And of course, section 14.2c, ìkópa àwọn ènìyàn ní ìjọba wọn gbọ́dọ̀ rí dájú ní ìbámu pẹ̀lú àwọn òfin orílẹ̀-èdè yìí. Again, we're going to now translate it into English so that you understand what we're saying. Keep in mind, we are putting Yoruba first because we want our African languages to be put first before that of the colonials. We need to change our mindset. That's why we're deliberately doing that. So, in that case, what we now read, now we're going to translate into English for those who may not understand. So we say, sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria, from whom the government, through this constitution, derives all its powers and authority. Again, of course, now, and then the 14.2c states the participation by the people in their government shall be ensured in accordance with the provisions of this constitution. These are things we need to continue to reiterate. Please don't forget, go to www.citizenay.org. Please go there, click on the button to go into. Once you click on it, you will go to a section. You will finish the 1999 Yoruba. You will see it at the top with the key, with the sign of a key below it. That because that's a key to unlock our active participation and to begin to hold our governors to account. Because God has got a sign of a key. You will see it. Please go and do that. We now need to actively participate in our governance and begin to hold them to account using our powers on a daily basis. That is what it's about. So they will do what they want to do. But the key difference is what we collectively do in all central and central local government areas to begin to hold them to account, reminding them of who the sovereigns are, you and I. Sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria, from whom the government, through this constitution, derives all its powers and authority. So you need to exercise that sovereignty consistently, and that's what we are really trying to reiterate on this podcast. So yeah, congrats to Tinubu. Any of them could be in that situation now. And what would simply happen is, unfortunately, the poverty in the land, because the system itself is not functioning. It requires our collective active participation, as stated under 14.2c. The participation by the people in their governance shall be in accordance with the provisions of this constitution. In doing that, we can now begin to use those powers, exercise the powers of sovereignty to hold those who elect to office to account. That is what must happen. That's the missing piece of this very important jigsaw. So, you've had that. I guess congratulations are in order to the president for now. He's now all of that. Everything else is done and dusted. And now focus on ensuring to alleviate the impoverishment of the people by ensuring that we build our manufacturing base right from refineries to car making to electricity to water to roads and all of this. We need to be self-sufficient. That's what it was. And of course, to de-dollarize because dollar is being used to suck away our wealth, whether we like it or not. That's the reality. But anyway, that's another story for another time. As I speak to you, of course, the naira is now 1,300 and something naira to $1. Likewise, the pound. So there is a lot of work on ground. But let us have your thoughts. You are, of course, watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Please leave a comment. Let's hear from you. On the day in which the verdict, they threw out the cases, two cases against President Tinubu. Now, the whole thing is over. The Supreme Court, the Appeal Court, and all of that stuff. It's all done. Now it's about governance. But we must play our active role as citizens by holding them to account using our powers of sovereignty. I'll leave it at that. Before we go, please go ahead, subscribe to Citizen AY, hit notification button, give us the thumbs up, and help us reach more people. We really need your support. Please don't forget, hit notification button, give us thumbs up, subscribe to Citizen AY, and of course, leave a comment. Let's hear from you. Thank you so very much. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I'll be back later on. Thank you, and bye for now.